I'm live. Hi, y'all. Hi, friends. Welcome to the Super Fun Spirit Experience Facebook Live video. We're going to talk about spirit tonight. So we're going to connect with spirit. See you in a minute. Well, welcome. Hi, how are you? I'm Kelly McClure, psychic medium. So excited you're here. I see a lot of you piling on. We're just going to kind of chat for a moment and give you guys a chance to get on. You're going to be able to request some readings tonight. Of course, I can't give everybody a reading. So, if you don't get one, don't be disheartened. Try again, or I do guarantee all my personal work as well. So if you have to book a reading, try that. It's money back guaranteed. But please share this video with people that you think might need some spiritual guidance, or talk to loved ones, or who are really struggling with grief from a loss. So share and like. Also, I want to let you guys know that there's a lot of scammers going around Facebook, and apparently a couple have latched onto me, and they will reach out to you and say that that I'm going to give you a free reading, or that they instruct you to contact me for a reading. I promise you, I will never directly message you
or they also say contact them personally.
Yeah. So that's never going to happen. What they say, that I will contact them.
No. It'll be them wanting them to contact them.
Right.
They'll give them a reading.
Oh. So scammers come on and say that if you message them, they'll give you a reading directly, and they're going to tell you it's for me. I promise you that's not going to happen. I'm never going to contact you directly and tell you to contact me for a reading. That's never going to happen. Unless you contact me with a question about spirit and, different things, I'll never contact you. So the way that you can get a reading is go to our Facebook page or our website and book a reading. When you're on these Facebook Live videos, if you stay till the end, you'll often get a code for a discount.
That's not tonight.
Oh, not tonight.
Because we have our Black Friday starting.
That's true. We have Black Friday starting, so no code tonight. We have Black Friday starting tomorrow. But
starting Friday.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, starting Friday. I love that I have her here to sort me out. However, if you want a reading and you book a reading, it's always guaranteed. If for any reason we can't connect, or you don't leave that reading or that session feeling like you had a meaningful experience and it was worth it to you, you don't pay. So don't worry about that. It's not always about the scammers or the discounts. It's about your experience. So I'm going to honor that. So apparently the scammers get on and trick you into direct messaging them instead of me. Got it. Yeah. Now I got it. Okay. I won't do that.
So tell people how they can get readings tonight.
Okay. So tonight, as you ask for readings, please do this. If you have that one particular person you want to hear from, and you know their first name and their relationship to you, that always helps. So like my dad Bill, or my aunt so-and-so, that really helps me, and it helps me tune into them. And then I'm going to give lots of references that they give me as I'm tuning into them. Then it's really helpful if you come back on and say, yes, that makes sense. But you got to be specific. Yes, he does have brown hair. Yes, he went to Harvard Law School. Yes, he lived in England for 6 months. Whatever it is that I'm saying, if you come back on and validate, it really helps if you give exact reasons for your validation. So not just yes, or yes, he did, but yes, he did have dark hair or blonde hair or whatever. And that's going to make a big difference in your reading tonight, because when I see that, then I will continue. I'll go on. If I don't see that, you're going to lose me, because yes and no, after we have a delay in the feed, so they don't make sense to me anymore. And I need to know if I'm saying yes or no to a certain spirit. So, okay, so Lisa's going to read through your feed. I do see your feed, but I'm going to pay little attention to it. My manager, Lisa, is going to read through it and give me the messages that I need to know about, like who I need to read for. We're going to trust Spirit to pick those people. And yep.
Random.
And random. They're random. And again, if you're getting a reading, if you can listen in, first of all, affirm that you're still on, because sometimes people leave the feed. Secondly, if you can affirm that you're getting the reading, and every validation you get, tell us what you're validating in the reading. I promise you're going to get a much better reading if you do that. So hi everybody. Hi, Spirit. I'm just opening up my heart and my mind to Spirit, and sending you guys love as well. So Lisa's gonna pop someone up. Okay, Gail, would like to hear from your grandmother Daisy. Oh God, I love that name. My grandmother was not named Daisy, but she had daisies everywhere. She had a dog named Daisy. So let's ask for Daisy. Feeling a little bit of pressure in my chest, breathing wise, it feels difficult, but I feel like it was difficult for a long time. So I'm not thinking that's necessarily how she passed, when she passed, but possibly dealing with just sort of a low energy breathing issue for a long time. Right. She also tells me, well, this is kind of interesting, because I feel like she didn't actually like her name growing up. Like it was too, I don't know, expective in a way, that just because she was named Daisy, she should always have to be happy. And she was not always happy. She did, however, grow up in her later days wanting everybody else to be happy and providing them with, love and light to try to do that. But in her younger days, I think it was hard. I think she went through some hard times with family, and possibly things like farming or water or something like that being difficult to come by. So again, Gail, I'm just going to ask you to, if you feel I'm right or wrong, I don't care if you think I'm wrong, just say yes, no, I don't get that. I don't understand this. I do understand this.
So far she said yes, she was ill.
She was ill. So.
Oh, and she was in foster care.
Foster care. That kind of makes some kind of weird sense to me.
Live remote was a farmer.
Okay. So the expectation was that she would become sort of a worker at a very young age. And I think that I think that was hard for her. And I think that I got to tell you, that may have been passed down in the family. You may have a sense of that. I got to tell you, people, I don't think there's anything wrong with working hard. I'm a Virgo. I work hard. But when it gets to the point where you're working more than you're living, it's too much. And maybe she's bringing you this message because that's what she did. And that, living good and well and happy, joyous and free, relaxing and having a good time, with yourself or your family. And hopefully this will all be over soon with COVID, so we can get back to having a good time with our family, is more important than the hours you spend working fucking hard. The universe will support a balance. So I got to tell you, I think she's telling you about a balance, even though I think she worked really, really, really hard. All right. Thank you so much, Gail. All right, Nichelle. I love that name so much. I don't know why. I knew lots of Michelles in my youth, but the Nichelle, I love that. Okay. So your mom, Shireen. Yeah, of course it's hard. Yeah. And I got to tell you, even though I had a horrible relationship with my mom, this is my first Christmas without her. And since I've forgiven her and asked her forgiveness for all my indiscretions and all my not, I don't know, not having empathy for her, it's going to be hard. All right, Nichelle, let's see. Shireen. It may be hard because she's showing me that. So I'm super glad that I feel like I'm connecting easily with Spirit tonight. She came in and she showed me a big, like, Christmas star, and then a big, like, Christmas tree, and then a big, like actually the holidays were quite, it's not just Christmas, other holidays too. She said she honored in a big way, like big. I'm feeling like big, cheap ornaments. Like you can take a lot of space with the stars if it's made from a super cheap material. But it was important to her. Right. And then also everybody bringing their own particular good dish, which she loved. I think she's probably a good cook and could create it all herself. But the fact that everybody's bringing what they want. Right. And do you have a 2-year-old or a new introduction into the family within the last 2 years? So she showed me like 2 years of like saying hello and like, so let me know. And like I said, it's not just yes or no, like be specific about what we're validating because and it's a introduction that she feels really excited about. So it could be a new child or a new partner or somebody that's coming in, but she's really excited about that.
So far, she said she was a single mom, so she always wanted to make holidays special. I have a 3-year-old and I'm pregnant.
You're pregnant.
Oh, my daughter. Oh, I don't know if I should tell you that yet.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. So now I already kind of guess. Her daughter talks to the baby.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is kind of interesting because I think now I know that your daughter's probably pretty special. I think that your mom is bringing in this new spirit. She'll know her and be a part of her and be like her in a way. And it's possible that there's a duplication of a birth date or a date of the month that's significant as well. So this new so new baby I can't tell the gender and I usually do. So it feels really connected to to your mom and it feels also really connected to your daughter who's here. So and yet I think it's a male figure. So I'm a little confused by that. And that could mean that they're just haven't decided yet, or they're just a light vibration energy who's like cool with whatever. What did you say about her can I ask you also, do you know about 10 or 10th of a month? So October being significant or 10th of a month with either your child now or your mom?
She says the son I'm pregnant with has the same due date as my daughter.
That's it. That's it. Oh my God. So He's just going to be amazing. Your children are amazing.
Oh, she was born in October.
Okay. So just know that you're just going to have the best life ever with them. Let them be who they are. They'll be different and magnificent and gifted and off the charts with their gifts and their abilities, and what they really need to know is that they may not fit in to the typical person of the universe, but they are amazing and here to change the world. And I'm so happy for you. These are wonderful kids that you're going to have a great time with. And what you need to know is that you do not need to make them normal and fit in. They're going to show you what they need, and just go with it. Just go with it. And I don't mean to not have boundaries. Yeah, they got to brush their teeth and go to bed on time. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about their spirit and who they are and how they express and show up in the world is magnificent. So thank you very much for that, Nicole. Nichelle, I love that name. Okay, Ellen. So Ellen wants to hear from Sarah. Okay. Okay. All right, I hope this is Sarah, Ellen. So what I'm saying is something on a lake or something on water. Really peaceful though, not like a super rapid kind of water or jet ski or anything, but just something super easy and calm and that kind of thing. Okay, Sarah. Right. I feel a little bit a very subtle energy in my chest. So when I explain to people about how I've been experiencing anemia in the last few months, it was very subtle. And that's why nobody recognized it until it got so severe in the last few days that everybody was saying, like, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. So this feels the same sort of thing, but with breathing or chest. So I'm curious as if you can confirm whether or not Sarah had a very issue with breathing or chest that may have looked subtle or slow, but then progressed very quickly at the end. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I also see that the two of you seem little cohorts in like, did you have sleepovers? And I'm not sure the relationship of Sarah to you, but it feels like little, I don't know, like little connections that nobody else knew about. So like, conversations or privacy or is this your sister or your mom?
This was her friend. Ellen says,
Oh, your friend. Okay.
Yeah, it's her friend, Sarah. I don't know about water. I didn't know she was sick. Her daughter called me after she passed.
So it may have been that her lungs filled up with fluid, or that do you know how she passed? And did you guys have little private cohorts, little secret kind of overnights?
Maybe. She just said, yes, I know exactly, exclamation point.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Again, you guys be specific about what you're confirming, because that helps it. Like everybody else tonight who's logged on, who does not get a reading, is looking to you guys to go, oh, is your reading making sense? Because if your reading makes sense, if you are getting validation for your people your loved ones who passed, maybe that means my people are actually real and around me and can come through too. Like, your validation does help other people realize that their loved ones are still a part of their lives and can come through. That's why I want you guys to do validation so much.
She said exactly about the friendship. We did have overnights.
Okay.
The overnights.
So the overnights, huge for her. Okay. She tells me that, she kind of come over my head and down, which she's telling is like a testament to the spiritual energy that can happen. She's on a high vibration. She's healed. She's telling you that everybody thinks that death is a horrible thing, but actually it's an opportunity to heal even more, and that she wants you to heal even as much. Like, okay. Okay. So, earthly vibration healing is very human and very emotional and very about the body. A higher level of healing is more about reaching a higher level because the mind spirit is advancing so fast, which I'm not really sure how to interpret better than that, other than to say we're all doing our healing there, they're doing their healing there. And that when we finally do pass and reunite, we're more in harmony because we've done our healing there and they're doing their healing there. So I feel like she's telling me a lot about that, Ellen. I feel like Sarah's saying that I'm doing it here, you're doing it there. But when we reunite, it's going to be that same little scenario where you're laying in bed, like, just really connecting and sharing each other with the little, cool little gossipy, like, I don't know, cool little things. So she's good. Okay. Okay, so Lupe says, I would love to hear from my father, Peter. Our father-in-law, Gilberto, thank you. Okay, so either Peter or Gilberto. Let me look. And this is for Lupe. Okay. Okay, I want to go with Peter first, Lupe, because I feel like he's coming through the strongest. This is intense. I feel a lot of energy in my chest. I feel like he went really quick. I feel like he is accepting this because of possibly feeling responsible for another person and a higher level of generation that passed. I also kind of feel like this was a contemporary to you or slightly older because he feels like he was going to be with you for a long time. I feel like this is unexpected. I also feel like you have gone on to reach not only your own children, but so many other young people. Almost like that feels to me like that's your calling or your thing. Like maybe you're a coach or a teacher. I don't know what it is that you have to do with young people, but he feels like if you can let go of the pain of this loss and honor it in the way that is healthy for you, you can expand beyond that. There's a lot of either you got a lot of kids or you're like a teacher or something, because he's showing me that you have influence over a lot of people, young people. She come back on, Lupe?
I'm trying to get rid of all these scammers that have just jumped on.
Damn. You scammers. But they're not actually there, right? It's not like people who watch me. It's like a computer thing, right?
No, I think it's actual they jump on.
Oh. Come on.
Let's see, who am I looking for?
Lupe. And she asked for Peter. And
she says she has 8 kids.
That's it. You have 8 children. So you're amazing with your 8 kids. I just want you to know that Peter thinks that you are one of the best moms ever. I feel tons of grandkids coming. You're going to be it's just that you don't have to follow in those footsteps. He left prematurely and regrets it and didn't take care of himself and probably maybe a chest or lung or heart issue, but that does not have to be your path. And all of these kids and grandkids coming will need you. So he's so proud of you for the efforts that you're making to be there for them. You're such a good mom. You're such a good mom. I don't know anyone who could do a better job with 8 kids than you've done. I mean, I think that any one of us would feel inadequate with 8 kids. So just know that he's super proud. I also have to tell you something weird about fishing underwater. I have no idea why that's important. But it feels like I kind of at first saw a fish tank with fish and then kind of like going like not all of them are happy, like they're trying to get out, they need a bigger tank. But then I also saw a image where there's some sort of deep fishing or fishing on a mass scale that feels relevant somehow, and I'm not really sure how. But fish are good. Fish are brain food. Eat it. I don't know.
That's weird.
I know. I know. Whenever Spirit gets me a weird reference I've never seen before, I always go kind of like, the fuck? But it always ends up being something that we figure out. So just know that he cares about you. There's a male figure older than him, who I feel like is his father as well. And a lot of them has not given the females in the family adequate praise and compensation, what do you call it? Like praise, like affirmations and to-dos and
she just says my husband fishes a lot.
oh, okay. We've seen fish all over the so interesting. And that, they really do. They really see that the women in your family are the strongest. And it's not that we want to diminish men in their roles and their strength, because they certainly are, and they're certainly stronger physically, but emotionally for you and your kids, you've been there and you're the strongest. And so they're giving you accolades for that. So thank you very much. Okay, Heidi. Okay, so Heidi, I'm gonna ask about Michael, your best friend first. So your best friend and stepfather are both named Michael, and both passed in the last few years. So okay. Well, I'll just ask for the name Michael and see who comes through. Okay, hold on. I still kind of think I'm right about this would probably be more your best friend. Not that your stepfather doesn't want to come through. And you guys, can I just say that all of you who so badly want someone to come through, believe me, I really do open up to Spirit, and my greatest wish is that I could get to everybody, but I do have to leave it to Spirit. And just because you didn't get a reading tonight doesn't mean they don't want to. They try very hard, just like you're trying. You're submitting your request, you're trying, they're trying, but it, for some reason, one or another, Spirit would connect where I got to leave it to God or to higher power to make those connections and be okay with that. And I just ask you to do that too. And if you really want a reading, try a half an hour one. You got nothing to lose. If it doesn't work, you get your money back. But that would be a way for you to connect with who you really want to connect with if you can't get a reading on something like this. And this, we've got 100 people on, so I can only do a fraction of them. So I'm going to ask Heidi about Michael. I feel sort of a haughty attitude, actually. He's got his head up a little bit. I feel a little bit of energy in his throat, but I don't think that has to do with how he passed. I think he likes to be possibly in the limelight or on stage in a way, actually. So I hope this is Michael. and kind of pulling you out on stage. Like, I think he thinks that you have something to say and to share and that people would like to hear and see. Right. And I think he's thinks that you've been hiding yourself far too long and he wants to pull you out. He just seems really gregarious and kind of out there, colorful and really cool. Now, having said that, I think that he may have a very other side of him where he was very depressed at times or down or whatever, and so he used this kind of outgoing sort of facade to pull himself out of that. But I don't know. I think there might be a dual thing going on with him, Heidi. So can you please let me know if that makes sense to you? Because and it uh also I think that his outfits and his clothes are very colorful. So it's like he's either dressing super down and super like normal and super like, you know, to not be noticed, or he's wearing something to be noticed. So that's interesting. He's an interesting soul. If this isn't your Michael, this has got to be somebody else's because this guy's not letting up. And do you have a little teeny tiny dog or cat or something that would be so small you'd hold it in your hand? At the time that he would be like knowing this small animal, it may have grown, but ended up or starting out really small. So let me know if any of this makes sense to you. Are you there? Let me know because he seems to be really involved and invested in this reading. So, okay.
Hang on, let me just double check.
You guys, if you request a reading, don't go way to the end.
Yeah, I don't know where she went.
All right, let's pick it up.
Oh, wait, here.
Okay.
Yes, a black obsidian cat in memory of my cat that passed.
Okay. And so does everything else, oh, thank you, Heidi, for being on. Does everything else make sense about Michael? Like that's his personality. He would want to come through like that. He's giving you tons of accolades. You're also thinking about either getting more animals or fostering them. Don't right now. It's not a good time. Why? Because your life is about to change big time as far as job and location and stuff like that.
Oh, he's the life of the party.
Yeah, that's him. So please don't make any like decisions that keep you homebound right now. Wait about 6 months to a year until you like get another animal or rescue more. Or I don't know what it is you're doing or thinking about. He says you're thinking about it because you want that cuddly, warm feeling. But he also says you are about to embark on something kind of big in your life and like expansive and stuff, and you're not going to have time for that. So hang in there and just wait a few months. Right. Okay, go ahead. Okay. So Sandra says, my daughter-in-law, Andrea, took her life. So let's talk to Andrea. And this is from Sandra. Okay. So this is your daughter-in-law. So I'm imagining that your granddaughter that you're seeing tomorrow, after 4 years, is her daughter, right? That would be
what I'm thinking.
Her daughter. All right, let's talk to Ann. So hopefully she'll have a message for her daughter. Oh gosh, that's really hard.
Make sure to check in and see if she's
Yeah, please check in right now, even though because we're on a delay. And so please check in that you're still here because this is important. Okay.
Yes, she's here.
Okay. All right. So we'll ask for Andrea. I got to tell you that I think and I hope this is her, but I feel really sad right now. Like really sad, like I'm going to cry. My whole torso, my whole body, my whole center feels something wrong and something heavy and something sad. I also think that she was very beautiful. And so a lot of people attributed her um, worth to her beauty, and that made her feel even actually more diminished because she felt like, yeah, maybe I'm beautiful on the outside, but I don't feel beautiful on the inside. I think her, if that is her daughter, or if your grandchild is a daughter of hers, same thing, beautiful, but she's not wanting to attribute her worthiness to her external looks because that made her feel diminished. Not really sure how she passed. She's not taking full responsibility like it was a suicide or something, but I do feel a heavy heart, like kind of low energy feeling about this. Come on, Andrea, show me more. There's something about the number 5, so I think that may have to do with 5th or May or 5th of a month. She feels like she's either one or two, has 2 others. Huh. And that feels a little bit like they possibly had more, I don't know, opportunity or um here's the most important thing. It was suicide, she said. God, it's so interesting because I gotta tell you, she feels heavy like that, but I gotta, okay. So with these 2 others, whether it's siblings or, people contemporary to her that she feels like had a better shot than she did. There's a sense of feeling like a victim, like, I never got this or that. And yet, she is not stating that the people around her didn't give it to her. So I got to tell you, Sandra, I think you did everything you could. I think her family did everything that they could. And that's why I wasn't sure about whether it was suicide or not, but it felt really low energy. It felt really sometimes a person is born into a great family and maybe they all do the right thing and maybe they hook up with the right people, but their soul is coming from a place in the past, like past life stuff that is so hard and detrimental and tragic that it's hard for them to even be in this world in a happy place. And it's almost like the happiness causes them to feel worse. I don't really feel like anyone around her could have done anything different or did anything wrong. So let me give you an example of this. There's a movie called, oh shit, Christian Slater, and it's like Rose something. It's like he falls in love with this woman. She has no family, he has a big family. She's an orphan. The one man that attempted to raise her abused her. So she's an orphan and he has a huge family. And he's so in love with her that he invites her to his family Christmas. And she is so overwhelmed by the love that comes at her. Like the minute she enters the house, everybody runs up to her and like, oh my God, we're so glad you're here. Big hugs and kisses. And you would think that that would feel good to anyone. Well, it did not feel good to her. It felt scary and different and alarming. And she backed away and she almost got out of this relationship because of it. And I got to feel like Andrea, even though this whole family and certainly you felt loving toward her, there's something about her internal dialogue and her internal dynamics that couldn't receive that love. So
She wants to know if she'll be okay.
she will definitely be okay. And it's going to take some time. Continue loving and sending her prayer. And it's going to take for some time for her in heaven to receive all the love until she can love herself. And that takes time. And it will happen. So she's in heaven. Angels are around her. Everybody's giving her love. and eventually she'll love herself. And that's when it'll really happen. That's when she really goes to the light. You've done everything you can. And I think that she's acknowledging that you did love her and you did tell her things that she needed to hear. You did tell her that she was special. She really appreciates that about you. So thank you for that. Okay. Victoria says, I would like to hear from my grandmother, Mildred Deniston. Love that name. I don't know why. Anything with the name Dennis, I feel like is like, it's like, remember the old restaurant, Bob's Big Boy?
Yeah.
When we went to Bob's Big Boy to see my mom, my brother's name was Dennis, not William.
Oh.
It wasn't William until 2 years later. And so I feel like that's my childhood night out to Bob's Big Boy with Dennis. Okay. My pop-up is in the hospital, very sick. I would love to know if she has any information about my pop-up or any messages at all. Okay. I love that pop-up. My little nephew calls his grandfather, my brother, his pop-up. All right, Mildred. Okay. So let me ask a little bit about Mildred. I got to tell you, Victoria, I think this is one case where Mildred feels at peace with whatever his soul is going through and deciding as it goes through, but she's not forcing it. I think what is being encouraged from your angels and possibly Mildred is rather than pray that he gets well and stays with you, why don't we just pray that whatever is best and right for his soul in the most peaceful way possible takes place right now. And if that's a healing and coming back, great. But if that means that it's time for him to move on, then that's the part that we have to, get real with and let go of, because she's at peace. She's just waiting for him. Whether that means a year or 6 years or 10 years, it doesn't matter to her. She's waiting for him. She loves him. And I think that there's a place. Actually, here's what I'm saying. So there's a place at the table for him, but his place is actually in a tray in front of a recliner in front of his favorite game or TV or whatever that is. When he finally gets to heaven, what'll happen is that he'll probably go to sleep. I don't see any alarming, tragic event that will be so traumatizing on you or the family or him. I feel like eventually he'll just, one day go to sleep and wake up in heaven. And when he wakes up, he's going to be in a recliner with a tray, his favorite meal, and some sort of event going on the television, and she'll be right there. And I do have to tell you, Victoria, that at this point, it's best if you send him the vibration of, hey, Papa, I love you and I'm going to be okay. I'm going to take good care of me. The family's going to take good care of each other. And whatever is best for you is what you should do right now. I think he needs to hear that. I think he needs to know that it's okay for him to stay and it's okay for him to go. And that you guys are all going to be fine. And I feel like she's just preparing his spot on this recliner in front of his favorite whatever show or sporting event or whatever, so that he has the most peaceful and beautiful transition possible, where he just goes to sleep and wakes up there, surrounded by more loving and amazing people. If the thought of losing him brings you great grief, then let's work on going apart a while and allowing you to have that process, but not wanting to stop his transition because of the process. If I were to say, and again, this is just a preliminary guess because souls can always change their mind. It's completely up to them. But I would say the next couple of months. I think he'll make it through the holidays, and you know,
She says, yes, it's so hard. No one is able to be with him because of COVID.
Yeah.
He's on a ventilator. He didn't want to go on the ventilator. She said, yes, he has his recliner chair and his table stand. And he really wanted to hold his great granddaughter, his new granddaughter.
Just please know that if his granddaughter has come after he's gone into a COVID, that he can still connect with her. So if he goes into spirit, he can be with her even closer than he can when he's in that position. If he's not able to have family around him, just tell him it's okay to go. This is a really hard time and a really different time for all of us. And I got to tell you, I struggle so much with that, because with my mom, I just didn't want her to be put in a place where she couldn't have family around. And maybe it wasn't the best, she didn't get the best care. She was home, and we often showed up at her apartment, and there would be, signs of not great, she needed nursing care 24 hours. But the one thing was that she wasn't alone, and we got to say goodbye to her that day. And so just let him go if he's got to go. He will be around your great granddaughter in spirit in powerful ways that you can't even imagine. She might even be talking about him in about a year. So I think he's going, and I think that it's probably best to let him go and just tell him that. Ask him to hold the phone up to his ear and tell him that. Once he's in spirit, he'll be able to connect with you much more on a soul level. So thank you. That's hard. I know. Ugh. Okay, Jennifer. Your mom, Jackie. Okay, and this is the anniversary of her passing. So let's go ahead and try to connect with Jackie. Okay. Huh. Kind of hoping this is her, feeling like it is. Also feeling like she feels way better than she did when she passed. Like, she's telling me that even a couple of years before she passed, she was completely like a different person, spunky, full of life, feeling really young. And then it was almost like she aged 20 years in 2 years or something like that. So if you can let me know if that makes sense. Also, can we tell Linda Schaefer to bring her dog Wesley next week when we do that?
Yes.
So let me know if that makes sense, because I feel like I almost feel like she kind of bounced off that negative energy and right back to herself, which feels really good. Right. And that, people were telling her, different things like, okay, now this is the time in your life where you got to do this. And then she's like, oh, no. Like, no, like, I don't accept that. This is who I am. And now she's back to that. Right. And she is talking about all kinds of numbers. All of a sudden I got 3 numbers in my head. So 10, 7, and 6 all entered my head, which is unusual when it all enters in the same time, because usually the numbers are either a month or a day they passed or were born or a month. And so now I'm getting like 10, 7, and 6. Right. And there's something to do with the feet and then like pedicure or podiatrist or something like that. And I don't think it's just with her. I think that might feel like that's a kind of hereditary thing. Like maybe you have to do something with your feet, or you're having trouble with your feet. It doesn't feel detrimental. It feels more surfacey. So like skin and like you need I know that we're all not doing pedicures and stuff like that right now, but there should be a treatment or something that feels good to you.
Okay, a couple things. She
Mhm.
said that yes, she did have surgery a couple years before she passed. She had 7 kids and
Okay.
no feet issues that I can think of.
Okay. And if she doesn't either. So Mildred. So she had 7 kids. We don't know what
Jackie.
the 10 and the 6 is. Well, Jackie's a mom who passed, right? Or Mildred's a mom who passed. Okay. So if Jackie has foot issues. Okay. Got it. And she also says, okay, this is kind of weird. She's actually kind of presenting right here to me. Instead of like standing next to you, or instead of the image of my mind, her being with you, she's actually right here. And it's because she feels like she has to get a message through that's either important or needs to be directly said, and she's touching my shoulder. So everything feels good in the shoulder. The message would be something like, okay, Jackie.
Jennifer. Jackie's the mom.
Who's Mildred?
Mildred was your last reading.
Let me put it. Okay, so Jennifer's who I'm reading for, and Jackie's the mom. So Jackie does have a 7 and a 6 and 10 reference, because that got all put around Jackie.
She had 7 kids.
Okay, and Jennifer's just one of them.
I'm assuming.
All right. I gotta use different papers. All right, Jennifer, and then Jackie's the mom. Okay, got it. Whoever the mom is, whatever her name is, I think she's standing right here. And this whole thing with her touching my shoulders, at first I felt like it was going to be ache in my shoulders, because my shoulder felt achy, and then that went away. So as soon as she touched my shoulder, that went away. And then also, so I got to go back to the image that she was showing me. Hold on. Right. Okay. So she's kind of showing me like that image going through some of the other kids. And though she had 7, do you have 2 that are in spirit, or one or 2 that are in spirit? Kind of need to know that, because what she's showing me is that there's like 5 or 6 left, and I get weird energy in my head as well. I know, I can hear you. And that she's speaking in my ear. 2 brothers pass. Okay, so this sense of her talking to me and going through all the other siblings is also telling about what they're feeling in the 2 that have passed. For a couple of reasons. I think Jackie, your mom, is super at peace, but I'm not really sure the brothers are. I think one is. She's working with the other one to bring him to a place of peace. Not really sure why he wouldn't have started out that way unless he was depressed before he passed.
She said it was all very sudden.
Okay. But she's showing me this wave of tranquility and peace that she's bringing through the family and trying to bring through them as well. I did get a weird feeling in my head, though. So can you let me know if one of your brothers passed from a head thing, or a weird, like, quick thing from the head? Right. And do you have her? It looks like very recently, in 2008 and last year. It looks like what she has is let me think of the name of it. Like you get a brooch. But when they have the white
like the ivory, or the
it's like an ivory
Yes.
image of something religious. Like it's like And maybe it's on like a pink background with ivory on top, and it's a woman's image.
Oh, aneurysm.
Yeah.
They both had over.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she had the aneurysm.
Well, I did feel the head thing with one of them.
Mhm.
So let me know, Jennifer, who had the aneurysm, and do you have a cameo?
Cameo.
That's what it is. A cameo.
Yes, that's good.
So do you have your mother's cameo, and Denise is the one who
Thanks.
Thank you,
Denise.
Denise. I was struggling with that. Do you have your mother's cameo, or does somebody have it who's one of your brothers connected
She
to?
had the aneurysm.
She did. Okay. So someone's got the cameo, and somebody that your brother's connected to needs reassurance that they're okay. I hear you, but I don't believe you. She might not, but one of the brothers, like wives or girlfriends or someone, might have it. There is a cameo. She keeps showing me that. Left a long time ago. And it might even be a grandmother's, not even hers. And that that one of the wives or girlfriends or whatever, or the people who were left behind from your brother need to know about this, that this is a real thing, and that they're okay. They're okay, and your mom's taking care of them, and she wants peace to run through the whole family, not just with them, but also with people who are here.
Oh, she said she died the same age I am now. Well, I have an aneurysm too.
So you got to be freaking out. She says you're going to be fine. Do the things that holistic, caring, loving, nutritional people are telling you to do. I believe that there is a really good cross between Western medicine and holistic medicine, and that we have to, because I would have died if it weren't for Western medicine just a few weeks ago. But I'm also trying to take care of myself most holistically as I can. And I'm still taking my iron and the pills the doctor gave me, but I'm really trying to do a lot more than that and get my health back in a way that's holistic. So she's telling you that there's, the energy of her illness going through the family, but that you can be well and that you can be okay and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, there's one.
One more. Okay, so Ray for Emily. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody tomorrow. I am getting together with a very, very small percentage of my family. We're all doing it in a way that says most of us have tried really hard to quarantine from anything else other than what's, like that pod. And so I wish you all the best happiness tomorrow and wellness. And if you're getting together with family, just do everything you can to make sure that you're okay. So Ray, okay. Ray is for Emily. I don't know. The first thing. Okay, there's two things I feel with Ray, Emily. So let me know if this makes sense. First of all, he's not comfortable with this or would mock this whole idea of psychic stuff. Secondly, did he have a cough or a chest and he does kind of feel fairly young compared to anyone who passed of old age. So those three things I need either confirmation of, or let me know if that makes sense or not. And are you one of two or have two? And are you celebrating the same thing as a birthday and an anniversary on the same day? Or your birthday is the same day as Christmas, or something, 2 holidays on the same date, he's saying. So
Emily, are you there?
let us know if you're still here, because there's lots of people that want a reading. So if you're still here, I got it. Oh, there's you. Had a cough. Okay, your grandmother. So that's not Ray. And does someone have the same birth date as another? Like, not birthday, but like same birthday as Christmas, or same birthday as anniversary, or something like that. Like someone was born on a holiday or another event. I kind of feel like it's Kind of feel like it's the anniversary. So let me know. So your grandma had cough.
Grandfather.
Oh, but that wasn't Ray though, right?
No. Oh, my grandfather passed on December 24th.
Oh, that on Christmas Eve. He passed on Christmas Eve. That's really interesting. So even though you were asking for Ray, I think your grandfather might be coming through. Let me ask a little bit more about that. And that even in this coming year where things have to be different, I think there's a lot of energy around that, like a lot of what he feels is honoring, pictures, stuff like that. So he had a cough because of lung cancer. I think that's your grandfather, and I think that I think we're only going to talk to him tonight, and here's why. There is so much energy from this man about the holiday season and about the family and about what's coming and his wish to be there and his wish to bless everybody and his wish to show up and make his presence known. So I kind of feel like you're going to get a little sign from him, like on Christmas Eve, about, something kind of crazy. Let me see what he's bringing through about that. Right. So, two things. Oh my God. Do you see Carrie Padilla?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to mark her.
Okay.
I'm going to cry right now, Carrie. Oh my God. I got to finish this reading, but I've got to get back to her. I knew their son, Christian.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I used to babysit for his two younger sisters, and he was there. And her husband, Randy, we used to call Plumber Randy because he would always help out at the church. They all came to the church I worked at.
Well, let's finish this and then go to her.
Okay, so here's what I want you guys to look for Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve this year, even if everybody has to be in different houses, which I feel like some people are going to come together and some people are going to choose to kind of stay in their own perspective, everybody's going to see the same sign. And I think it's from your grandfather. And I think it has to do with his birthday. So, and that there's the number 2 involved. And so what he's showing me is, lights on a tree or a display lit up, and half of them are burnt out, and they're not going to work till the next day. They're not going to work till Christmas morning. And no matter what you do and how many things you plug in, they're not going to work. So that's his way of showing you. It's kind of humorous. It's kind of like frustrating, but it's about half and half of whatever the display is. I do see couple displays on being a tree, and you would think that a tree would be like around, but I'm showing half, and then another display that has half. And then on Christmas morning, they'll work for no apparent reason. That's his way of being there for you on Christmas morning. He says that New Year's is also going to be significant. Not just because of the new year, but because of someone's job or something else they're getting news about on that day. Kind of don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's a male figure who's kind of young in the family, like a teenager or 20s or young male getting a message or a request about an interview or something about a job. And he'll be there for you guys that day. Okay. So many people. I know. Hi, Carrie. I would just love to do a private reading for you guys, for your whole family. Christian was a little bit shy, and I just feel like he was shy for certain people. Like this setting might be weird for him. I think he was, quite open and charismatic and fun with the people that he was comfortable with. But this setting might be a little bit weird. And I've often thought about him over the last couple of years and wondered if he would be around. So what I'd like to do for you guys is to do a private reading, even over Zoom or phone, whatever you want, with the girls there too, because my feeling is that he would like to talk to his sisters, and that he would be more forthcoming in a private setting rather than on this venue. This seems a little bit much for Christian. So I'm going to ask Jackie or Lisa, my
I'll reach out to her.
yeah, to contact you guys and see if you want to set up just a phone call, half hour even. I know he'll come through. I just know he will. And I love you guys, and I missed you, and I remember him so much, and he and I used to have weird talks. I'd be babysitting the girls, and he was like suddenly very vocal out of the blue about something but kind of bizarre, and just such a cool guy.
She says, I think you're exactly right. Thank you.
So let's just set something up, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Can we do one more?
Yeah. Okay. Darby wants to hear from Celine. Okay. Okay. Do you know if Celine or you have anything to do with the neck or I get a little weird tinge down my neck. I don't think it has cause of death. I think it's more of a issue to deal with or live with. I have preconceived ideas of the name Celine, so I'm trying to open my mind a little bit more into what's coming through rather than what I'm thinking. And what I'm getting is someone standing behind me and something weird in my neck, like a shiver down my spine, like in the vertebrae of it. So if I can ask if you or Celine had anything wrong with your spine, again, not necessarily cause of death, and also,
she says, I've had a stiff neck the last 2 days.
Oh, 2 days you've had feeling something. Okay. Let me ask her more. There's the number 8, could be August or 8 of a month. Although I only feel like a few people around her, like 2, which means she could be one of 2 or have 2 siblings. So people around her are small, but then this 8 number seems big.
And this might be for her boyfriend's family.
Okay.
Her boyfriend needs closure.
So Celine's boyfriend? Or Darlene's boyfriend?
I think this.
Oh, so this may be
Celine,
okay. Yeah. Well, let's see if there's 8 people involved in this then. Okay, Darby. So I'm also smelling something super floral. It's like she's back here. I can't quite see her. It's like she's standing behind me, putting her hand on my neck, showing me the weird, what you've been experiencing. It feels really grateful that you want to bring her through to her family. But I am seeing or smelling the weird floral thing. And that is very abundant. Like somebody had a really big garden of flowers or
like a perfume maybe, or
it could be, but it's really floral and it's really fresh. It could be a perfume if it was super floral. But I also kind of feel like with this number 8, there's a huge like garden of flowers, or so if there's someone else in her family that was born in August or had an August birthday, if they had a really like her mom.
I believe she has 8 children in her family.
Oh, okay. So she's one of 8. All right. That makes sense. Did her mom have a huge floral garden or love flowers or want that? because I still feel like I'm walking through a floral garden. So I'm smelling this really beautiful. And do you know if she either had a short haircut right around her ears or recently cut her hair right around her ears because it was thin or not looking as healthy or something like that? And then she's also telling me she's very specific about things that she's giving each and every person. Like she wrote a card. Here you go. She whatever meant the most to people, she seemed like she had a gift of being able to do that. So whether it was a little, piece of jewelry or a gift or a card or a time spent or whatever, it was like she kind of knew everybody's thing. I feel like she thinks that people who loved her and wanted to be with her didn't get enough of her, but she does feel kind of complete with everybody. Like,
No, she said, no, she had long red hair. You are talking about my boyfriend's grandma, Diane.
oh. So that's Darby's boyfriend's grandmother. Okay. Do you understand what I mean about the thing, Darby? Did she make her way to do everything that was what that person meant the most? Like a little note or a little trinket or a little time or a conversation. See if she's good. She went through chemo. But Celine did not, apparently, right?
That's what I'm.
No. Okay. Can I just address Diane for a moment? Her grandbaby that is 9 had a horrible dream that her mom was murdered. It's not going to happen. Okay, let's go back to Darby.
She said, yes, very giving.
Yes. Okay. Everyone always got gifts. Okay. So she might be there with Celine, just taking care of her and bringing her through, because I'm still seeing the number 8. I'm still asking about her, but I feel like she's sort of the dominant energy of the two. So I'm only kind of seeing her or feeling her. So it's possible if the family wants, just get like a half-hour thing, see if she can come through. Celine specifically. When I ask for certain people, this really is, you guys, we've got 73 people on right now. This is a little bit bizarre for some people to want to come through too. So that's kind of why we offer the different readings that we do. We offer 15 minutes, we offer 30 minutes, we offer an hour. And I know that there are so many people that want to come through tonight and I can't get to everybody. And all my work is guaranteed. You really have nothing to lose to just book a half an hour. If you got that one person you want to talk to, book it half an hour. If we don't get them, you don't pay. But it's worth it to have those answers and get those readings.
Darby said Diane's birthday was in August.
So that's what it is. Also. That's her. So she is coming through, Diane. I'm not seeing anybody else. I'm not seeing Celine. I feel like she's coming through with tons of reassurance and love around the family. I also feel like, Darby, I know you want to talk to Celine and maybe her whole family does. But I'm actually feeling like the reason Diane came through is because there's something that you need to pay attention to. And I'm always being brought to this anemia thing because of what I just went through, but maybe something physical you're ignoring. If you feel weak, if you feel sleepy, if you, just please get checked out and tested. This anemia thing is so subtle. I don't really feel like that's what it is for you, but I feel like there might be something else that's subtle that's not really presenting right now and probably is not that big deal yet, but I kind of feel like Diane's bringing me to you and not so much Celine. So, and I feel like there's some attention that needs to be placed on your health and well-being. So I just want to put that out there. Okay, you guys, I love you all. I wish I could give each and every one of you a reading. And again, that's why we offer affordable readings.
And tell them Friday to jump on your Facebook page to see your specials.
So because Black Friday is happening and we can't all get out to the stores, I'm going to offer some super cool specials. I'm not going to tell you what they are yet. You got to get on Friday. So it starts with big discounts on readings. So all of you who didn't get a reading tonight, you're going to get big discounts if you jump on Friday and book. Okay. Next week on Wednesday, right? Wednesday at 6:30, we're going to do another Facebook Live readings, but all with pets and animals. So some of you actually did ask about your animals tonight. Come next Wednesday night at 6:30. What's really cool about reading with animals is that their spirit comes through just as powerful as a person. Like, they don't have to speak English to get through and get their points across. So it's super special, puts everyone in tears. I don't know why, but I'll be doing like a seminar and everybody will get reading from their loved one, mother, father, uncle, whatever. But as soon as an animal comes through, you can hear all the tissue boxes going where we're all pulling tissues. So that's going to be super special. And it's been a long time since I've done it. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, on December 10th, we're going to do Facebook Live intro to
Mediumship.
Mediumship.
Is it spirit or my imagination?
Okay, so if you're wondering, or if anyone you know is wondering, gee, am I just imagining this, or could I possibly be kind of gifted? Listen, consciousness is waking up all over on the planet. You might very well be connecting to spirit. So if you're wondering it's your imagination or mediumship, we're going to do a really special Facebook Live to answer those questions and begin to delve into mediumship. And then we'll offer some courses and workshops for that. So that's on December 10th. I am so looking forward to this holiday season. I know it's COVID. I know we have to be careful, but I'm going to tell you, I am so, so, so grateful for life. After what I've been through lately, I want you to be grateful for life. It's worth everything. I recently contacted someone who was saying that, or even our last Facebook Live, someone said that she wished she were dead. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'd rather be, struggling than dead. So life is so important.
Brandy's just asking, how old do they have to be for the imagination life, for the mediumship?
It's a very, very good question. It kind of depends on what we delve into. I'm open to, let's say kids 8 and older, totally open to, because, these kids are really powerful and really, but sometimes we do mention things that might be, sound scary to them. I always offer a love and light and demystify and de-scarify these things for kids. So it's really up to you. I'm not going to limit it, but it's really up to you to what you believe your kid is up for. So I'm going to say 8 and older is probably super, super great, super safe. But it depends on what the kid's level of understanding is. And, we do sometimes talk about, I don't like to use the words demon or demonic, but I would say fear-based entities or lower level energies or scary things, something like that. So it's up to you what you guys think, but I don't think there has to be any particular limit. That's just my recommendation. So, all right. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. Have a good night. See you next week and see you Friday when you book. Okay. Take care.